Hey Gemini, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your weekly pick a card reading, and your theme this week is all about illness and wellness. So healing, becoming healed, maybe going through a time when you're not so sure, maybe you not be feeling so well, and how to kind of get over that. Your monthly energy is the Empress, so it does show you being very abundant, very fertile in the creative sense or physical sense if that's what you're after. But the Empress represents all four of the queens in one. Queen of your emotions, your energy and drive, your resources and health, and also, what's the one I'm thinking of? Did I say mental energy? Okay, so, but because this Empress is manifesting this week as Sulis. She's a old Britain goddess of illness and wellness, of the bath, where they would go and kind of bathe in the bathhouse and get clean and well and be healed. And so since this is talking about your health, I want to make sure I have a disclaimer on here that if you go see a doctor, I'm not a doctor, this is just a tarot reading, okay? This is medical advice by any means. I am using Flower Therapy and Legend Arthurian Tarot. I have stack 1, 2, and 3. They're time stamped below, so you can skip ahead to the one or more than one you feel like is meant for you. It's a general reading, so if you would like a private one that's more tailored to your situation, you can check out my Etsy page, link below, and get an email reading just for you. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I am so grateful that I've made it to 50 subscribers. So after I film your May general and the first week of May, I am going to do a gratitude reading. It'll be kind of like, there'll be lots of pick-a cards and then an option of how to win a free reading with me. All right. Stack 1 for Gemini. You have the Two of Spears, which is the Two of Wands, represented by Bedivere and Kay. Two of Arthur's Knights. The Moon, Morgan Le Fay, his half-sister. New Beginnings, Banksia. Take this as an opportunity to rise from the ashes stronger and more determined. I have never seen that flower before. That's interesting looking. Get everything where I want. All right, let's see. Oh, I love this. Look at how the two of them look very much alike. These color palettes are like reaching for the moon or the sun, maybe in this case, but that's just really neat synchronicity. I love that when that happens. That really draws my attention to this moon card, and so that's where I want to start. With the moon, it is showing a period of uncertainty and darkness. See how she's kind of under the water there and not basking in the light like a field. She is in that darkness of the water and reaching towards that light. But it's going to be in terms of having answers. There's going to be a period of unknown and uncertainty, and it does kind of show that it may be challenging, a bit of an ordeal even. It's not going to make immediate sense, and you're not going to have answers right away. And the thing about it is, though, there is a cycle at play. So it's not going to seem to make sense on its face. It's not going to seem to be easily answerable immediately, but it's something that is cyclic in nature. And so while you can't control it, you can learn to write it and you can learn to prepare for it. It's a little bit reminding me of like really severe PMS, that when you're in it, like not PMS, but PMDD, dysphoric disorder. Just as an example, I'm not saying this is what you have, I'm just using it as like an analogy, okay? So like when you're in it, when you are in that dysphoric period, it has this way of, even though you kind of know what's going on, the emotions and the illusion and the challenge is so severe that it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you know what's going on. It hurts so bad and it's so frustrating. The things that are making you mad, the things that are making you uncomfortable, the things that are making you paranoid or fearful, they seem perfectly real and legitimate. They don't actually seem irrational to you at the time. And so that's where that kind of being in the moon, being in the dark, being in mystery, being without answers. But then when you're on the other side of it, you can see clearly the bigger picture. And so if you can use the energy of that cycle, if you can remember and strategize, so when you're on the upside of the cycle, when you can zoom out and figure out what the cycle is, whatever it is for you that is cyclic in nature, and start to recognize the ebbs and flows of it and how it works, you can strategize so that the next go around can be different and less of a roadblock. If you can make an action plan or a toolkit or prepare in some way, and being able to ride the cycle more effectively, it will make you a more unstoppable human being than before. Stack 2. You have the King of Shields, King Uther, Arthur's father, I think. Judgment, that's Avalon. And laughter, Waddle. Uplift yourself and those around you through loving laughter. Okay. So, King of Pentacles. I'm loving his red coat there, robe. It's very root chakra to me. It's about being foundation and being rooted in your foundation and being grounded. And so it is show you being the master of your vessel. There's a lot of security and self-assuredness here, and knowledge of what's normal for you and what isn't. And being tuned into your signals. A lot of times you can communicate better with the doctor or be more aware that something is wrong, catch something sooner because you're paying attention and you know your body. There might be something going on that's not that big of a deal, it's kind of a quiet, it's not enough to take you out or to knock you down, but it's just like this little thing. But because you know what's normal for you, you're like, this, it may not be that big of a deal, it may not hurt that bad, or it may not be just, that bad, but it's weird for me, and so I'm going to pay attention to it. And that's kind of what is showing me here. And so there's a sense of something being returning, like being back or reactivated, the way, and it feels stress induced, the way like a cold sore, if that virus, the herpes virus, it lays dormant until you are certain elevated stress hormones will kind of reactivate that, and you'll wind up with a cold sore, fever, blister, or whatever. Or the effects of an old bad habit that you've already quit but you still pay for in some way. And so there is something, but whatever it is, it feels like it's stress related. So it might be something familiar at this point. And so anyways, we do have laughter. And I don't know if you've heard that laughter is the best medicine, but that is what's telling me that if this is something stress reduced, what you need to do is to mitigate that stress and to find pleasure and to find laughter. And in true King of Pentacles style, treat yourself to comfort and take care of yourself in the physical sense and seek out pleasure and things that lighten your heart and stress reduction. Okay. Stack 3. You have the 10 of Cups, and I'm not going to pronounce that place, and I don't know what it is. So if you're interested, you can Google these Arthurian things and find out more about what they mean and fit in the legends, and then maybe you get even more messages for yourself that way. 2 of Shields, which is like the 2 of Pentacles, Castle of Pendragon. That's Uther's house. It says, you are healed, Calendula, or Pot Marigold. The healing you've prayed for is on its way. So, in this deck, and the way I read, this isn't going to be talking about some kind of faith healing miracle. You are healed. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that. I don't necessarily buy into that kind of thing. But it is reassurance that your prayers have been heard and that the wheels are turning to get you on the right path towards what it is that you need, towards wellness. So to put you in the contact with the right people or the right resources, the right information. It does show a period of tension, of having to do some balancing, or like having to fit in some treatment or therapy into your budget or your schedule. It's like you are going to have to work something in that you, whether it's something you don't have the time for or room for or the budget for, but it's something you are going to have to add and balance it with everything else. However, with the 10 of Cups, the outcome is overwhelmingly emotionally positive, and your heart, if nothing else, your heart does show that it will be healed. Okay, Gemini, I'll talk to you in a week. Thank you.